Several Pueblo nonprofits will not receive any funding from the city next year. Last week, Pueblo City Council approved the 2025 budget, and Mayor Heather Graham says because of a decline in city revenue and higher expenses, they're cutting hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations to local nonprofits. News 5's Eleanor Sheehan shares how this cut is impacting nonprofits in Pueblo.
Pueblo organizations like the Pueblo Food Project and the YMCA of Pueblo received thousands of dollars from the city in 2024. The Mariposa Center for Safety tells me a little over 5% of their budget comes from the city. But next year, they will receive nothing from that city fund.
When it's something that you've come to count on, it is a little disappointing.
The Mariposa Center for Safety is one of 14 organizations in Pueblo impacted by these budget cuts. The center helps survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking. In 2024, they received $65,000 from the city of Pueblo.
We requested the same amount based on the invitation that we received from the city to apply for funding, and unfortunately, we were not given any additional funding for our 2025 budget.
Morrison says they've had to cut hours and staffing already because of the decrease in funding.
Being the only domestic violence shelter in Pueblo and some of the surrounding counties, it makes it really hard on us because we don't want to turn anybody away. We don't want to tell them no. We don't want to tell them we can't help you.
Mayor Heather Graham says the city took a different approach for agencies asking for city money.
Unfortunately, with the decline in revenues, I made the decision to cut back some of the funding. This is not a reflection of the agencies themselves or their importance, but rather a reflection of the city's current financial situation.
The mayor says the priority is public safety services. She says Pueblo police patrols and sergeants will receive a raise.
I agree that they need to be paid well in order to keep them around and make sure that we have a strong police presence. However, if we don't have the funding to find a place for these individuals, we don't know where they're going to go.
To cover this financial shortfall, Morrison says they're looking at grant opportunities they have not taken advantage of in the past. Morrison says they'll also lean towards individual donations to bridge that gap. They'll take money, clothing, kitchen, and hygiene items as donations. In Pueblo, Eleanor Sheehan, News 5.